In the village of Bhoja, nestled among whispering trees and winding alleys, lived Shubkala Devi, daughter of tradition, wife of duty, married at 17 to Pramod Das, a young man from the same village. Their families rejoiced, calling it a match made in heaven. Shubkala stepped into her new home, a courtyard filled with sunshine and the constant hum of family life. Years passed, and Shubkala blossomed into a devoted wife and loving mother. 2 beautiful children, gifts from their union, filled their days with laughter. Yet behind the facade of a content family, shadows lurked. Whispers snaked through the narrow alleys of Bhoja, casting doubt on Shubkala's happiness. The whispers originated from the darkest corner of their home, Chotelal Das, Pramod's father. His eyes, cold and calculating, followed Shubkala's every move. His words, sharp as shards of glass, chipped away at her confidence. His disapproval of Shubkala was an open secret, a bitter truth that stained their everyday life. His reasons were shrouded in patriarchal expectations. A son's wife was meant to be subservient, her voice a mere echo of the men in the house. Shubkala, with her quiet strength and independent spirit, did not fit the mold, and so the harassment began, a slow poison seeping into their lives. 2 years ago, the whispers turned unbearable. The poison became too potent. Shubkala, her spirit battered but unbroken, decided it was time to leave. With a heavy heart, she convinced Pramod to seek a life away from the suffocating control of his father. They packed their meager belongings, their children's laughter echoing a bittersweet farewell to the only home they knew. Bhoja, once a symbol of hope, now represented pain and oppression. They left in the dead of the night, seeking solace in the anonymity of Rosra, a town miles away. Rosra welcomed them with open arms. A rented accommodation became their sanctuary, a space where they could breathe free from judgment and fear. Pramod found work, his love for Shubkala and their children fueling his determination to build a better life. A year later, their fragile peace was disrupted. Soni Kumari, Pramod's younger sister, arrived at their doorstep, her eyes reflecting the same fear that had haunted Shubkala. Chotilal's tyranny, it seemed, had extended its reach to his own daughter. Soni was a breath of fresh air. Younger, full of life, she brought a new energy to their humble home. Shubkala, still carrying the scars of her past, found solace in caring for her young sister-in-law. They shared household chores, their laughter echoing in the small space, weaving a tapestry of sisterhood. As days turned into weeks, Shubkala noticed a change within herself. Her feelings for Soni deepened, transcending the boundaries of societal expectations. It wasn't the protective affection of a sister-in-law, it was something more profound, something that made her heart race and her soul sing. Soni too found herself drawn to Shubkala's quiet strength and unwavering support. The shared trauma of Chotilal's abuse had forged an unbreakable bond between them. Their late-night conversations, filled with whispered secrets and shared dreams, became a lifeline, a source of comfort in a world that seemed determined to break them. Their love story unfolded slowly, subtly, in the shared silences and knowing glances. It was a love born out of pain, nurtured by empathy, and strengthened by their shared defiance of societal norms. Their hearts, once wounded, found solace and acceptance in each other's embrace. The realization of their love was both exhilarating and terrifying. They were breaking societal norms, challenging the very fabric of their traditional upbringing. Their love was an act of rebellion, a silent revolution against the suffocating constraints of their world. Pramod, the silent observer of their growing bond, saw the truth reflected in their eyes. He saw their love, pure and undeniable, and instead of judgment, he offered acceptance. His heart ached for his wife and sister, but he understood. He knew their love was not a choice, but a destiny they were destined to embrace. With Pramod's support, Shubkala and Soni decided to take their relationship into the light. They informed their families, their voices trembling with a mix of fear and determination. As expected, their revelation was met with resistance, anger, and threats. But Shubkala and Soni were resolute. Their love had weathered storms. it could withstand this societal earthquake. They sought legal counsel, determined to validate their union in the eyes of the law, to build a life where their love wouldn't be deemed a transgression, but a celebration of their truth. The air crackled with anticipation as Shubhakala and Soni stood facing each other, their hands intertwined. The temple priest, his face etched with a mixture of apprehension and curiosity, chanted the sacred mantras. Incense smoke swirled around them, carrying their hopes and dreams to the heavens. It was a simple ceremony, devoid of the usual pomp and grandeur. Yet, it was the most significant moment of their lives. They exchanged garlands, their eyes locked in a silent vow of love and commitment. Their journey had been fraught with obstacles, but in that sacred space, surrounded by the divine, they found peace. Their union extended beyond the spiritual realm. They sought legal recognition, navigating the complex labyrinth of Indian law. Their courage paid off. The court, recognizing the strength of their love and commitment, granted them legal status as a married couple, paving the way for other unconventional love stories to find acceptance. Their victory was a testament to their unwavering spirit, a beacon of hope for countless others trapped in the shadows of societal disapproval. They had challenged the status quo, not with violence or aggression, but with the sheer power of their love. Section 6. Whispers turned to storms. News of their marriage spread like wildfire, fanning the flames of discontent in their village. Bhoja, steeped in tradition, struggled to comprehend this defiance of societal norms. Whispers once again snaked through the narrow alleys, this time laced with venom. Chotilal, enraged by their audacity, vowed to tear them apart. He saw their union as a personal affront, a challenge to his patriarchal authority. He rallied the villagers, his venomous words poisoning their minds, turning their curiosity into condemnation. The once sympathetic glances turned hostile. The whispers became open threats. Shubhakala and Soni found themselves ostracized, their love deemed a contagion, a threat to the social fabric of their community. Their small world, which had felt so expansive just a while ago, began to shrink, the walls closing in. Fear, a constant companion, cast a long shadow over their lives. They restricted their movements, their once joyful laughter replaced by hushed tones and anxious glances. The threat of violence loomed large, a constant reminder of the price they were paying for their love. Section 7. Stolen in the night. The knock on the door came in the dead of the night. Shubhakala stirred from her sleep, her heart pounding a frantic rhythm against her ribs. A sense of dread, cold and clammy, washed over her. She knew, instinctively, that this was no ordinary visitor. Before she could reach the door, it burst open. A group of men, their faces contorted with rage, stormed into their home. Roshni, Pramod's elder sister, stood at the back, her eyes blazing with a chilling mix of fury and triumph. Soni, startled awake, screamed as the men grabbed her, their rough hands bruising her delicate skin. Shubhakala lunged forward, her protective instincts kicking in, but she was shoved aside, her cries for help swallowed by the night. They dragged Soni away, her pleas for mercy echoing in the night. The door slammed shut, leaving Shubhakala in the eerie silence of their violated home. Her heart shattered into a million pieces, each shard reflecting the horrifying reality. Soni had been kidnapped. Section 8. A wife's desperate plea. Dawn found Shubhakala at the Rosra police station. Her eyes red-rimmed, her voice hoarse from crying. She recounted the events of the night, her words tumbling out in a torrent of anguish and fear. The police listened patiently, their faces betraying a mixture of shock and skepticism. A missing person report was filed, the wheels of justice grinding slowly into motion. Shubhakala, fueled by adrenaline and a mother's fierce love, refused to sit idly by. She contacted the local media, sharing her story, her voice cracking with emotion as she pleaded for Soni's safe return. The news spread like wildfire, igniting a media frenzy. Reporters camped outside their home, their cameras flashing, capturing Shubhakala's every tear, every desperate plea. The nation watched, captivated by this unusual love story, their hearts going out to Shubhakala in her hour of need. Public pressure mounted on the police. The investigation picked up pace, leading them to Roshni's doorstep. She, however, remained defiant, claiming that Sony had left willingly, seeking refuge from Shubkala and Pramod's unnatural relationship. Section 9. A love story unfinished. As days turned into an agonizing week, the search for Sony continued. Shubkala, her hope dwindling with each passing moment, clung to the memories of their time together, their shared laughter, their whispered secrets, the unwavering love that shone in Sony's eyes. The trauma of Sony's disappearance had shaken Shubkala to her core. She confessed to Pramod her consideration of gender transition surgery, a desperate attempt to fit into a societal mold that would bring Sony back to her. Her love knew no bounds, no limits. Pramod, his heart breaking for his wife's pain, held her close, his silence speaking volumes of his unwavering support. He understood her torment, her desperate need to do whatever it took to bring Sony home. He vowed to stand by her, through the investigation, the media scrutiny, through the pain and uncertainty. As the sun sets on another day, casting long shadows across Rosra, the question remains, where is Sony Kumari? Is she safe? Will she be reunited with the woman she loves? Their love story, once a beacon of hope, now hangs in the balance, a testament to the enduring power of love and the heart-wrenching battle against societal prejudice.